What up YouTube, I'm Eric, thanks for clicking the video. So today is ViVi Day. Happy birthday ViVi from Loona, my birthday buddy. If you're watching this on the 8th, which for me is when I'm uploading this, it is my birthday. And if you're watching this on the 9th, it's ViVi's birthday. So of course, to honor ViVi on this channel, I'm going to be telling you all what I think is the entire story of the Loonaverse from her perspective so far. Now, if you do end up liking the video, please do leave a like. It really does help support the channel. It makes it easier for others to find too. If you really like the video, drop a super thanks, and if you like what I do here and you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and get notified every time I post something here. Now, just like my other Loonaverse birthday videos, this video will include my updated theories and updated story as well. So, sit back, relax, set your light stick to that pastel pink, and let's talk about ViVi in the Loonaverse. The Visitor. ViVi's story begins here. A roller rink. She's a worker here, often spending her time mopping floors, listening to music, or reading some manga. As she is flipping through her Unplugged Boy manga, a person comes in and asks for some skates. ViVi removes her earphones and quickly gets them their skates, and the person wanders off. But ViVi is oddly attracted to this person. She watches from the counter as the person skates around and decides to take pictures of them. Eventually, ViVi gathers the courage and joins them. This person introduces herself as Eve. They get close to each other, and eventually Eve reveals more about herself. She tells ViVi that she escaped from a place called Eden, where the students there are forced to behave a certain way, suppressing anything that would make them different. She then says there were 3 other girls she'd left behind, but she can't do anything to save them. With that said, Eve leaves the roller rink, and ViVi returns to the counter. ViVi, so caught up in emotion, posts a picture of Eve in an online forum, and it got 4 views. Nice. She falls asleep, daydreaming of how she could help Eve. Eventually, ViVi wakes up from her dream, and it's closing time. She turns off the lights, grabs her backpack, and walks away, leaving her phone that just got a message from someone saying that they would be back tomorrow. Forsaken. Early the next day, ViVi wanders around the city, happy to have met and gotten closer to Eve. As she explores, she meets another girl, but somehow feels like they already know each other. This girl's name was Jinsol. As they get to know each other, ViVi reveals her struggle with Eve. Jinsol mentions that there is a way to help Eve, but a sacrifice has to be made. To gain this knowledge, ViVi would have to be recreated, though in doing so, all her memories would be fragmented. Some of the things she remembers now will be different than if she is recreated. Knowing all this but wanting Eve to be happy, ViVi solemnly accepts. And on that agreement, Jinsol transforms ViVi into an android, but is bestowed the knowledge to save Eve's friends and much, much more. Last light. Night approaches and ViVi comes to the roller rink, and to her surprise, she sees Eve, beckoning ViVi to join her. ViVi sits on the bench across from her and laces up her skates. Eve takes ViVi's hand and guides her around the roller rink. As they talk, the topic of Eden comes up. With the knowledge that was given to her, she tells Eve that the key for the others' escape is Rosaceae, the fruits of the rose family. Consuming them in combination with Eve's apple will help them want to become their own selves. Eve mentions that she wouldn't be allowed to bring anything from the outside world into Eden, and that one of her friend's fruit is a pineapple, which isn't part of the rose family. ViVi then tells Eve that to save her, Eve would have to find another very special girl, an odd-eye girl, one that could teleport in and out of Eden, and who could be the substitute for the pineapple. ViVi mentions that there's only one girl that could do all that, and her name is Cherry. Without hesitation, Eve leaves to find Cherry. ViVi, wanting to help more, gives chase to Eve, but eventually loses her in the night. Ghost of the Past. ViVi makes her way through the world and enrolls in Loona school. Whilst there, she makes a couple of friends. Their names are Heejin, Hyunjin, and Hasu. One day, ViVi decided to film a video message back to her parents, often mentioning that when she's with Heejin, Hyunjin, and Hasu, she feels again, almost as if her memories are slowly returning. Almost. As Heejin and Hyunjin are away, Hasu takes ViVi on a date to an aquarium. They look at all the types of aquatic creatures and even get to touch some of them. As they look into the big fish tank, ViVi spots someone familiar, just beyond Hasu. She recognizes this person as Jinsol, though now with an eye patch, no doubt part of her recovery from when she used her special eye to convert ViVi to an android. The one of 1/3. ViVi is part of the school's track and field relay race team, along with their friends Heejin, Hyunjin, and Hasu. ViVi, being an android, is the fastest runner on the team, so she is the last runner. Heejin first, Hyunjin second, and Haser third. The team does a short distance practice ending the lap time at 49.75 seconds. The following day after school ended, ViVi finds an empty classroom. She thinks she's alone and connects herself to her backpack charger. ViVi is then awakened by Heejin and tells her that the track team is going to go and play basketball. ViVi and Heejin meet up with Hyunjin and Haser and they walk to the basketball court. Heejin, Hyunjin, and Haser watch as ViVi takes a basketball and shoots it from half court. And makes it. Tired from playing basketball, the four get some boxed tea. But ViVi locks hers in her locker with all the other boxed tea she had stored over the times they got in tea. A while later, ViVi walks the halls of the school, looking for a backpack charger, eventually finding it against a wall. No longer thinking she belongs in this world, Eve nowhere to be found, and not being able to socialize well, she unplugs her backpack and sits next to it, closing her eyes for what she thinks is the last time, seemingly trying to take her own life. Thankfully, before the timer runs out, Hyunjin finds ViVi in the hallway and plugs her back in, and ViVi wakes up. Having more energy, ViVi unplugs her backpack, but goes to track practice. Her backpack still counting down. Now at practice, everything starts as normal. Heejin starts, handing the baton off to Hyunjin. Hyunjin hands Haser the baton, but as Haser tries to give ViVi the baton, ViVi takes off and runs out of the track. Her battery still counting down. Be human. Now only running on the limited time of her internal battery, ViVi runs through a meadow and emerges in a suburban area. Her battery dies, but it doesn't kill her. Instead, she feels a heartbeat. Her heartbeat. She's out of breath, just like a human would. But there's something more. Upon becoming human again, a flood of her old memories comes rushing back. But she still feels the essence of the Odd-Eye girls. She senses them talking to Heejin, Hyunjin, Haser, and Hyunjin, telling them that the sun is nearing its end, and when it does, it will explode, killing everything and everyone. Though together, they can protect the world by constructing a new moon filled with color before the next solar eclipse. During that eclipse, the moon would act like a shield and protect the earth from the blast. To begin the moon's transformation, they all must run when the moon was at its fullest. Suddenly, the Odd-Eye senses a girl that is lost and alone in a dark forest. And to save her, all of them would have to sing a spell of love, the sonatine. And she does. As ViVi finished, the pounding of a drum was heard. ViVi runs off and prepares herself to run on the train tracks. As the full moon rose, she ran, and the moon's transformation had begun. With the moon's transformation underway, the only thing for ViVi to do now is to unite all Loonas around the world. She paints signs everywhere in hopes of leading them all to unity. But yeah, that is my interpretation of what's happening in the Loonaverse so far with ViVi for ViVi's birthday. Definitely leave your birthday wishes for ViVi from Loona, my birthday buddy, in the comments. But yeah, that's all I have here for today. If you liked the video, please do leave a like. It really does help support the channel and allows other theorists to find the video too. If you really like the video, drop a super thanks. And if you like what I do here and want to see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, happy birthday, ViVi. I hope you have the best days from today onward. And for everyone that's watching, go watch ViVi's Every Day I Love You music video today. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.